Welcome, thanks for joining me for today's mini talk. It's our dream here at Drive By DND to get one-to-one mini representation for our D&D games because minis are simply gorgeous, darling. If you've seen previous episodes, you know I'll be sharing my ever-expanding minis collection, going over each monster's characteristics and providing answers to mind-bending questions such as how and why I collected the minis and why I feel they're important to have in your D&D games. But please be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Today, we take a drive-by look at a monster type whose mighty wingspan dominates the skies, casting a great shadow across the earth far below. No, not a dragon, not yet. Today I'm talking about Rocs. Often referred to as sky titans, these massive birds of prey are solitary creatures, but when a roc does leave its mountain abode in search of food, rest assured the players will face a beast that could give a dragon a good run for its money. Rocs are gargantuan monstrosities that in most cases could care less about what constitutes good or evil. In the far long ago past, Anam, the father of the giant gods, created Rocs to aid his children the giants, who fought powerful dragons who wished to greedily claim the entire world for themselves. However, since that ancient conflict, Rocs have become more or less unaligned to any race, faction, or creature, and will most often stay away from the troubles of the world below them. If the opportunity arises, Rocs will even hunt and kill their old giant allies if it means a good meal. Also, Rocs prefer to build their nests on the highest of mountains, safe from even the most ambitious of predators, and generally avoid towns and forests whereby its prey can too easily hide from its clutches. However, if one unlucky adventure should happen upon a roc, it will have to deal with its natural armor of AC 15 and health pool that averages at 248 hit points. Furthermore, its ability to fly great distances enables high mobility in combat. The roc's saving throws are quite high and varied as well, with its constitution being its strongest at +9. That said, its keen sight ability provides advantage on perception checks involving sight, ensuring that adventurers caught in the open will have a difficult time hiding from the massive bird's sharp talons. Speaking of which, Rocs have multi-attack, 1 beak attack, and 1 talon attack. Its beak attack is +13 to hit, reaches 10 feet, and deals 48 +9 piercing damage. Its talon attack is +13 to hit, reaches 5 feet, and deals 46 +9 slashing damage. It has the added bonus of potentially grappling its prey, ultimately restraining them in their grasp. With that said, let's take a look at my collection. Behold! There's one. I have one roc. I obtained it from Miniature Market for $2.50. It is pre-painted and is technically a Skyjack roc, but here at Drive By D&D, I'm okay using it to resemble any type of roc. The only issue is perhaps the base is for a large creature when it is in fact a gargantuan-sized monster and should therefore have a larger base to cover 20 feet by 20 feet instead of the 10 foot by 10 foot. However, that's a small inconvenience, and for such a low cost, I was happy I could get a big, cool-looking model that in all honesty, I'll probably only need one of. And back to the base size, I could probably craft a larger base size in the future to more accurately represent the roc's true size. Now, let's take a look at some ways that we can use the roc in the game. So besides being a cheap, cool looking mini, I do believe that there are some really worthwhile ways to take advantage of Rocs. Firstly, if you're having difficulty obtaining a cheap dragon model or looking for something that can give players a similarly terrifying experience of battling a huge winged creature, a roc is a perfect substitute. Oftentimes, dragons have many rules, special abilities, layer abilities, unique
lore, resiliences, variations, languages, special effects, magic, etc.,
that make them harder to manage for newer and experienced DMs alike. Rocs, however, provide a more straightforward combat encounter. Also, if you didn't read up on the adult silver dragon like you wanted, well, if it makes sense, substitute that roc in its place, just for now, to buy you a little more time when planning the next session. The good news being that Rocs are not chumps in a fight, and will undoubtedly get some hard hits on your players before the encounter ends. Furthermore, unlike dragons, players cannot speak or reason or get side quests from Rocs In that way, they're a good stepping stone monster that will provide a big epic fight and provide you insight as a DM as to how a more complicated dragon fight might turn out in the future. Secondly, Rocs can also be tamed by cloud and storm giants, and if a rock on its own is a bit too boring for you, have a storm giant ride the beast into combat to really give players a memorable experience. Thirdly, one unique idea to try at your table is utilizing the Roc's ability to grapple. Have it grapple a player character, or a special NPC, or a magical artifact, and then fly it back far away to its nest in the mountains. Perhaps a giant lord sent the Roc to acquire said object, person, or other. It's an instant one-shot that's open-ended with lots of room to fill in the details as the players search out the mountaintop on their high-stakes rescue mission. Lastly, check out my video, The Sphinx Act 2, The Wall of Unforgiving Height, to get an in-depth look at a specific encounter I designed that utilizes the rock for what it is, a natural threat that is more a part of the environment and less of a malicious monster only interested in killing player characters. Now, I did give it some laser eyes in that video, but that was a modification to help establish a more high fantasy feel in the context of the one-shot overall. Anyways, check it out. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on Rocs. If you have your own cool ideas about how to use Rocs, please let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video. And there'll be more new content next week. Until then, remember, all D&D, all day long, all night till dawn.